Voices beneath the floor. Alyssa Reyes, 21, is a college student in Portland, Oregon, juggling night shifts and tuition bills. She finds a surprisingly cheap room for rent in a weathered 3-story boarding house built in 1923. It's tucked between two large complexes, almost hidden from view. The landlady, Mrs. Winthrop, is polite but distant. "You're lucky," she says. "Most people don't last long here." The house creaks with age. The wallpaper peels in places, and the floors groan with every step. Still, it's quiet, and Alyssa's glad for the solitude. Her room is small but cozy. Wooden floors, a radiator, a closet, a single window facing the alley. The first few nights are peaceful. Until the whispers begin. At first, it's subtle. Alyssa hears soft murmurs at 3 a.m. She thinks it's her imagination or someone outside. But the whispers grow more specific. They say her name. "Alyssa, help, under here." She checks beneath the bed. Nothing. The closet, empty. Then, she realizes, the whispers are coming from beneath the floorboards. She presses her ear to the wood. "Let me out, it's dark, it's cold down here." Alyssa confronts Mrs. Winthrop the next morning. The landlady stares for a long moment, then says, "It's an old house. The pipes play tricks on people." But there are no pipes beneath that part of the room. That night, the voices come again. They sob, they plead, they scream. Alyssa grabs a screwdriver and pries open a loose floorboard under her bed. Beneath it is dust, nails, and a child's toy, an old wooden rabbit, carved by hand. And next to it, a child's tooth. She backs away in horror. The whispers go silent, for now. The next day, she begins researching the house. She learns that in the 1950s, the building was run as an unlicensed, children's home, by a man named Walter Winthrop, Mrs. Winthrop's late husband. Rumors of abuse surrounded the home. Several children disappeared, but nothing was proven. The house was shut down in 1962. Mrs. Winthrop never left. Alyssa knocks on other doors in the house. Most tenants are distant. One young man, Devin, says he hears voices too. "I don't stay in my room after dark anymore," he whispers. "They crawl under the floor. They talk to you." He shows her his floor, also with loose planks, also with old scratches underneath, like tiny fingers clawing to get out. That night, Alyssa dreams of children buried in crawlspaces, dirt stuffed into their mouths, eyes wide with terror. She wakes up screaming to find a small handprint on her wall. Alyssa begins tearing up the floor of her room. She finds more items, a broken locket, a shoe, tiny bones. And the whispers turn into screams. "He put us here, he said we were bad." The lights flicker. The shadows in the corner stretch longer than they should. Mrs. Winthrop finds her digging and freaks out. "You stop that right now," she shrieks. "You don't know what you're messing with." But Alyssa refuses. That night, the power goes out. She's trapped in the room. The floorboards start to pulse, like something beneath is trying to breathe. The voices chant her name. The walls drip with mud and blood. She sees faces of children in the floor, pressing up like water under plastic. And in the corner stands the ghost of Walter Winthrop, holding a shovel. Alyssa is dragged into a vision, a memory of the past. She sees the children in the house. How they were locked in crawlspaces, punished, starved. Walter called it, teaching obedience. She sees the night they died, when Walter panicked after a police call and sealed the children alive beneath the floor. And his wife, Mrs. Winthrop, helped cover it up. Back in the real world, Alyssa escapes her room and confronts the landlady, who finally breaks down. "I tried to protect them. But Walter, he said if I told anyone, I'd be next." The ghosts now fill the house. The walls shake. The floors collapse. Alyssa flees. The next morning, the house is gone, condemned, cordoned off by police. They found bones. Evidence. Justice, at last. Alyssa moves far away and starts fresh. But late at night, in her new apartment, she hears a faint voice. You listened. You helped us. Then silence. Until one night, she hears scratching beneath her floor again. But someone else is still down here. The screen fades to black. The end.